And they brought him to the place called Golgotha, which means place of a skull. And they offered him wine mixed with myrrh, but he did not take it. And they crucified him, and divided his garments among them, casting lots for them, to decide what each should take.
For dogs encompass me. A company of evildoers encircles me. They have pierced my hands and feet. I can count all my bones. They stare and gloat over me. They divide my garments among them, and for my clothing they cast lots.
I remember him. I remember the night he was taken, and I remember that big bloke he was always with. You couldn't miss him. He was always shoving his weight around, always at the front, keeping the crowds back, looking self-important. He shoved me out the way once when I tried to get near. I kicked him in the shin. He said he'd slap me if I wasn't careful. I said I'd like to see him try. Git. Peter, his name was. I found that out later. I saw them drag Jesus in, all the priests and the guards, and a mass of others. There was loads of shouting, people hitting each other, spitting and swearing. They took him up to the high priest's house for the trial. Poor guy. Didn't think he'd stand much a chance once that lot got their teeth into him. I knew what they were like. When I turned round, I could see people sitting by the fire, and I was sure I recognised one of them, so I went over to see. And sure enough, there he was. The same bloke that had shoved me off the road a few days earlier. "Ha, I know you," I said. "You're one of his mates. What are you doing here?" He stood up sharp at that. The guards were looking at him by then, weighing him up. He looked scared. Not so tough now. "Are you having a laugh?" he said. "What are you on about? I've never met him." "Oh yeah?" I said. "Well, how come I saw you with him near the temple 2 days ago? You shoved me out the way. I know who you are." He walked off then. He was trying to get away. And someone else said, "Yeah, I've seen you too. Anyway, you must know him. You're a Galilean." They all started laughing then. Everyone knows all the Galileans know each other. But he looked angry and scared by then. I'm telling you the truth, so help me God. I've never met this man. I don't know who you're talking about. But it was weird. After they'd all accused him and laughed at him, just after he'd said he didn't know Jesus, he started to cry. A great big bloke like that, crying like a baby in front of everyone. He took off then, into the night. A few people tried to stop him, but he was too strong. He pushed them aside and ran off. I've never seen a man cry like that before.